832-551-5045 or 213-493-0133 in the USA. If you're in the UK, you can dial 020-3519-0145 and in Germany 051-180-904044. Our email address is bothsides106 at live.com, and you can join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or link us up on Skype. We look forward to receiving your instant messages on MSN or Yahoo and your text messages on 365-3346. Remember, we have two ears and one mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. So stay with us as we listen to both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. For even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable.
Prophesize with your pen and keep your eyes the chance who won't come again, and don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's leaving. For the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are a senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. And there's a battle outside and it's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a happens now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last, for the times they are a-changing. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the time they are a-changing. Come writers and critics who promise lies with your pen, and keep your eyes on
2030 is the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the Decade of Action for Road Safety. It's the 14th day of the 9th month of 2021, the International Year of Peace and Trust, the International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development, the International Year of Fruits and Vegetables, the International Year for the Elimination of Child Labor, and the International Year of Health and Care Workers. Put another way, it's the 14th day of the 4th month of the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season, and the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida, is reporting that a tropical wave accompanied by a well-defined low-pressure system is about 400 miles southeast of the southern Cabo Verde Islands. That's the Cape Verde Islands. Associated showers and thunderstorms, shower and thunderstorm activity continue to show signs of organization, and environmental conditions are conducive for tropical depression to form. In other words, all the conditions are ripe for a potential storm system or some kind of system out there, at least at the minimum, a tropical depression, being able to form a tropical depression. And that is expected. They're watching it, and they expect some development over the next couple of days while the system moves generally westward at about 15 miles per hour across the eastern tropical Atlantic Ocean. Meanwhile, an area of low pressure is expected to form during the next day or two, a couple of hundred miles north of the southeastern or central areas of the Bahamas, as a tropical wave interacts with an upper level trough. Some gradual development of this system is forecast. In other words, this system has the potential of becoming significant. And a tropical depression could also, we're not done yet, a tropical depression could form later this week while the system moves northwestward or northward across the western Atlantic. So we're just another reminder that we're still in the hurricane season. Closer to home, there's a trough across the central Caribbean, which is expected to linger across the region through to Thursday. A weak high-pressure ridge is then expected to build across Jamaica by Friday. This afternoon, look for scattered showers and thunderstorms across northern parishes and hilly areas of southern parishes. Tonight, partly cloudy. The month of September is still being observed as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, National Senior Citizens Month, Employers Month, Alopecia Awareness Month, alopecia, ALOPECIA, partial or complete hair loss, baldness. September is also Travel Agents Month and Cheese Month. In the United States, September is Blood Cancer Awareness Month, Healthy Aging Month, National Atrial Fibrillation Awareness Month, National Childhood Obesity Awareness Month, National Cholesterol Education Month, National Cholesterol Education Month, National Food Safety Education Month, National Idiopathic Thrombocytopenic Purpura ITP Awareness Month. Put another way, idiopathic, IDIOPATHIC, idiopathic thrombocytopenic, THROMBOCYTOPENIC, purpura, PURPURA. It's an immune disorder in which the blood doesn't clot normally. That is what ITP stands for. That is what it is. An immune disorder in which the blood doesn't clot normally. It's a condition now more commonly referred to as immune thrombocytopenia. Also in the United States, September is National Pediculosis Prevention Month. And don't worry about the big word pediculosis. It's just referring to head lice. Head lice. Anybody remembers those ads? Barbara Gludon voiced one of those ads, Kitoso. That was used for head lice. Kitoso. Right. So if we, pediculosis refers to head lice. So it's Head Lice Prevention Month in the United States. National Recovery Month, National Sickle Cell Month, National Yoga Awareness Month, Newborn Screening Awareness Month, Pain Awareness Month, Polycystic Ovary Syndrome, PCOS, Polycystic Ovary Syndrome, that's being observed. Sepsis Awareness Month as well this month. Sepsis, SEPSIS, that's a serious condition resulting from the presence of harmful microorganisms in the blood or other tissues, and how the body responds to their presence, potentially leading to the malfunctioning of various organs, shock, and death. September is also Sexual Health Awareness Month, Sports Eye Safety Month, and World Alzheimer's Month. The finding of the True Cross Day is being commemorated in Greece. It's San Jacinto Day in Nicaragua, and Americans continue to observe September as National Preparedness Month. And this week in America is National Folic Acid Awareness Month. It's Caribbean Wellness Day.
Shake your windows and rattle your walls for the time they are.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:15. The following is a public service announcement from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The Ministry of Health and Wellness invites members of the public to attend the vaccination site on Monday, September 13 and Tuesday, September 14 to receive their second dose of the AstraZeneca and Pfizer vaccines. Select sites will offer the Johnson & Johnson and first dose of AstraZeneca. Please visit vaccination.moh.gov.jm or social media for details on location, opening hours, and vaccine type. Monday, September 13, St. Anne, Lilyfield Playground, Bamboo, 12 to 4 p.m. St. Anne's Bay Health Center, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. St. Mary, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. St. Mary High School, Port Maria Anglican Church Hall, Port Maria, and Mater Bay Sports Complex and Mater Bay. Portland, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Fair Prospect High School and Port Antonio Health Center. Kingston and St. Andrew National Arena, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mulgrove High School, St. George's College, and Jamaica College. Trelawney, Falmouth Health Center, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Ulster Spring Health Center, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Manchester, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Manchester High School and Crosskeys High School. Hanover, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Hopewell Health Center, Sandy Bay Health Center, and Lucy Health Center. St. Catherine, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Portmore Heart Academy, Eltham High School, Dintill High School, Old Harbour High School, Jose Marti High School, and Guys Hill High School. Clarendon, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., Summerfield Community Center, Denby Primary School, and Edwin Allen High School. St. Elizabeth, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., Southfield Health Center, Eldersley Health Center, Santa Cruz Health Center, Aberdeen Health Center, and Black River Health Center. St. James, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Type 5 Health Center, Sandals Inn, Catherine Hall Health Center, and Adelphi Health Center. St. Thomas, Morant Bay Health Center, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Isaac Barant Health Center, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Westmoreland, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., Savannah Lamar Health Center. Tuesday, September 14th, St. Anne, Turkey River Park, Ocho Rios, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. St. Mary, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. St. Mary High School, Port Maria Anglican Church Hall, Port Maria, and Annotto Bay Sports Complex, Annotto Bay. Portland, Port Antonio High School, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Manchester, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Manchester High School and Belfield High School. Trelawney, Bounty Hall Health Center, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Warsop Health Center, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Clarendon, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Denby Primary School, Bustamante High School, Frankfield Health Center, and Kellets High School. St. James, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Type 5 Health Center, Sandals Inn, Catherine Hall Health Center, Mount Carey Health Center, and Salter Hill Baptist Church. St. Catherine, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Portmore Hart Academy, Eltham High School, Dint Hill High School, Old Harbor High School, Jose Marti High School, Guys Hill High School, and St. Jago High School. Hanover, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Green Island Health Center, Ramble Health Center, Sandy Bay Health Center, and Lucy Health Center. Kingston and St. Andrew National Arena, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mona Aging and Wellness Center, UHWI, Mulgrove High School, St. George's College, and Jamaica College. St. Thomas, Yallis Health Center, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Westmoreland, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Manning School, Negril Health Center, Savannah Lamar Health Center, Grange Hill High School, New Hope Primary School. St. Elizabeth, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Bellevue Health Center, Magotty Health Center, Newmarket Health Center, and Junction Health Center, as well as the Springfield Health Center. Persons should take their vaccination card, school ID, child's birth certificate, a government-issued identification, or letter from a justice of the peace to the sites. Let's get vaccinated and get back to life.
Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new hosts who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide a riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living under positive. Can't understand your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changing. The line it is wrong, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be past, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly aging, and the first one now will later be last. All the time they are
Hoy es martes el 14 de septiembre de 2021 y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est mardi le 14 septembre 2021 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être votre service pour une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue.
Mothers and fathers throughout the land. And don't criticize if you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand. For the times they are a-changing.
All we're saying is it's Tuesday, the 14th of September, 2021, and we greet you well wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted, because we know you have choices, and that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
Wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the times they are a-changing.
Good afternoon to those listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Morant Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, assuming you've downloaded it from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We thank you for logging on to the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com. Subscribers to onespotmedia.com also have access to Both Sides of the Story in particular and Power 106 FM in general. We acknowledge and thank those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those in the U.S. who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631-359-8281. 631-359-8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330-606-0953. 0330-606-0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page and affiliated pages. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN and you'll not only be able to hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. If you don't have a Facebook account, don't worry. There is always YouTube. All you need is a device, whether a smart device or a not so smart device, as in a smartphone or a not so smartphone. Maybe you have a tablet computer, a laptop, a desktop, otherwise known as a PC, as in personal computer. Any of those devices, in fact, even a smart TV, because you can browse on a smart TV as well and go to websites, etc. Pull up a browser like Google Chrome, Bing, Safari, any one of those. In the search box, type YouTube. The YouTube website will come up. And if you're doing that now, you should see this video trending. If you're not seeing it, then in the YouTube search box, type DERVAN MALCOLM. And you too will be able to watch both sides of the story on YouTube. How about that? Thank you very much for your continued listenership and support. What's on your mind this afternoon? What is the subject of discussion in your household, in your community, on whatever limited taxes are running now, on whatever limited JUTC, if at all, running now? What are people talking about at your workplace? On the vehicles that are rented to transport the 44,000 business process workers, 44,000 and counting. And they have to keep going because they're not only serving Jamaica, they're serving the rest of the world. And when Jamaicans are asleep, for those of us who still sleep, as opposed to bleaching, as we say in Jamaican parlance, staying up throughout the nights. But when we are sleeping, it's in the middle of the workday somewhere else. And that's why the business process outsourcing employees always have to be working, because they're serving the world. That's a very important sector of the economy, and a very good training ground or starting point in customer service, because customer service training is part of the program, especially for young people. So it doesn't necessarily mean that this is where you will end up. You might very well move up in the organization, but this could very well be your foundation. You could make this your foundation and you build on it. You learn from some of the systems, procedures, technologies that you have to interface with and interact with and manipulate and maneuver. And who knows, out of that, you could develop your own business. That's the kind of thinking we have to employ as we pursue our dreams, our goals, our aspirations. Hello to all business process outsourcing employees, all those in the what is properly called the global services sector. Good afternoon to you. I met a Jamaican in California some years ago. And when I found out his job was fixing printers remotely all over the world, just going on his laptop and accessing printers and fixing them. One moment, please.
Wherever you roam, and admit that the waters
Become the hero on the scene by taking the COVID vaccine. Get vaccinated as soon as you get all the facts. Don't listen to the rumors. This vaccine might just make it possible for teachers to sit face to face with schoolers. This vaccine make it safer for everybody, from the young to the elderly. Don't you want to go back to living normally when things were more orderly? And if you want to live a long good life, then we all have to do what's right. So let's get vaccinated along with the heroes on the front line.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:31.
When you speak, we listen.
We listen to all your stories
About how your business was started.
and every step along the journey to make it applicable to the problems you solve every day.
Within these stories, we'll also listen to your cries for help.
The narrative surrounding limited cash flow.
Extended payment terms for buyers who just can't meet your 30-day credit term this month.
Next month,
And the month after that, we are here to help, because your stories are the reason we exist.
we have created Exim Express receivables financing so that your most important jobs get done.
With a turnaround time time of 7 days and up to 75% of your receivables covered with no collateral or financials needed, you know you're in good hands. Exim Bank. By helping businesses, we save lives and livelihood.
Tune in every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. to midday for your legal corner with Dahlia Walker Huntington during Power Talk on Power 106 FM. You can call our numbers 876-922-4112-5. The text and WhatsApp line is 876-279-8598. You can also send an email at yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. Join Your Legal Corner for all matters in relation to immigration to the United States. Here, Dahlia offer great legal advice on your immigration queries and concerns. Learn about the filing process, when to file, and how to prepare for the move. That's Your Legal Corner, 11:30 to midday, every Thursday, right here on Power 106 FM.
Cursed is cast, the slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly aging, and the first one now will later be last, for the times they are a-changing.
We started out this afternoon with the piece entitled Children by Khalil Gibran. Some people say Gibran. Khalil Gibran. Your children are not your children. Sounds absurd, right? Sounds ridiculous. But if you read between the lines, you'll get it. Your children are not your children. Where are your children now, for example? Your adult children. Let's talk about your adult children for the time being. Where are they now? Chances are they're making life and making a living somewhere else in the world, getting on with their business. They might pick up the phone and call you every now and then, or do a video call, or if they're able to, because we're in COVID-19 times now, but pay you a visit, and they're gone to be with their family. So they weren't meant to stay with you forever and ever. Amen. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. So the hope, there's always hope with every new generation, with the birth of every child. A ray of hope, the song says, when a child is born. It's a renewal of hope every time a child is born. Because we, as parents and guardians, we invest a lot of premium, we place a lot of hope on the backs of these children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And that's biblical, isn't it? They come through you. So it's the idea that we're used as vessels. So we're used as vessels to bring into the world these children. Yeah, we're used as we're vessels used to bring these children into the world. So they come through you, but not from you. But not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. They're part of a bigger mission. They're part of a bigger purpose. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts. For they have their own thoughts. And one of the things I love about children is their innocence. They soak up everything that's happening around them. Everything that has happened is happening. They soak it up. And sometimes when we least expect, they blurt out something. They say something. Something comes out that either causes the parents to blush, or to feel a little embarrassed or otherwise. Because you see, they're at a stage where they are yet to be corrupted. And because of that, they're able to speak without any encumbrance. That's the stage. That's the stage. And the hope always is that the children grow with that trait and that they carry that forward into adulthood. But that's not necessarily how the story usually goes, because invariably we become corrupted one way or another as individuals. So we can no longer exude the innocence of children, right? And so you may give them your thoughts, you may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies. So you know the thing that in the Jamaican culture you tell children, with respect to if when they start behaving, when children start behaving a certain way, you turn man now or you turn woman now. For as long as you're under my roof, you know that talk in Jamaican household. As long as you're under my roof, you're going to do what I say you're supposed to do. Right? So you may house their bodies, but not their souls. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow. This is the future, tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. Their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. So there's a purpose, there's a road, there's a path. Some would say predestined for those who believe in predestination. But you get the point. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them. Sometimes we try to be like our children in some strange ways. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. And we have to be careful. We have a way of offloading our burdens from ourselves to our children. Yeah, when me did liquor, me did one bit, doctor, me did one ton, but boy, true for my parents, them never really. Yeah, I wanted to be a lawyer, but me did love teaching, and so whatever we were not able to achieve as parents, we and guardians, we are now looking to take off that burden from ourselves and place on the backs of children. That's unfair. That is unfair. That is unfair to the children. The children have their own identity. They have their own sense of self, their own sense of purpose. They know what they love. They know what they enjoy. And it's ideally, it's what they love and enjoy that will evolve into a vocation or a profession, or to put it simply, a job. But just a job is just outdated, right? To just talk in that language, to talk about a job. Look at what COVID-19 has done to all of us who have jobs. It's bad enough for those without jobs, but for all of us with those of us who have jobs, the almost 3 million labor force that we have, the impact is significant. And speaking of which, we have, since we touched on it, we'll come back to Khalil Gibran's piece on children in a moment. But since we mentioned it, before coming into the studio, I was reading a press release from the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association. What are they saying? In light of the recent no movement days, as stipulated by the government, the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, JMEA, has since conducted a survey within the membership to ascertain feedback on the effects being experienced by manufacturers and exporters as a result. The survey, completed during the end of August, identified the following as key challenges being experienced. Staff inability to access public transportation. I saw them this morning. whenever I have to be on the road in the mornings, I see people walking to work. I don't know how far they're going, but walking to work. There's little or no public transport. There's no structured, because it's a no movement day, but there are about 52 different groups of people or within the workforce who have enjoy some kind of exemption, which means they can move because they are security guards, they are essential workers, etc. But that's good for those who have their own transportation, and well done to the companies that are able to provide, if even in a limited way, some form of transportation for the workers. But when people can only manage to hitch a ride and come off here and then walk all the way to go up there, and then they have to stop and catch a breath, it really isn't right. It's not right. It's not right. We can do better than that. So the JMEA has highlighted staff inability to access public transportation. So they're essential and they need to be at work, but they hardly have any transportation to go to work. Unless, of course, the companies, and not every company can afford to charter private transportation to take their staff to work. Some people might argue, but they should, because these people are adding value to the business. But the fact is, not every business can afford it. It's just a fact of life. They're also being impacted, the manufacturers and employers tell us, by scaled down operations, productions. You know, in some factories, in order to maximize output, you have to operate the systems, the machinery at a certain level. If you go below that, it is not productive. If you go below that. So scaled down operations and productions. Inability to access food outlets, we take it for granted. Those of us who like to skip meals, which is not a good thing, we get into trouble health-wise when we don't eat when we're supposed to eat. A lot of us are guilty of that. Read between the lines. Yeah, it's true. Sometimes some of us enjoy work so much or are having so much fun that we don't even feel hungry. But there comes a time when the bug bites, when you have to get food. So that they're saying here, inability to access food outlets for staff present on no movement days. People need food. People need to eat. And one of the things we have been saying throughout this pandemic, whatever we do, whatever happens, nobody must be allowed to go hungry. We cannot afford that. The least we can do is to make sure people have something to eat. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
Did you know that the National Irrigation Commission Limited is the sole authority for irrigation systems in Jamaica? The National Irrigation Commission Limited enables the improvement in agricultural productivity through the provision of efficient and affordable irrigation to farmers and other customers. Contact them 977-6624 or 977-6727 or visit their website www.nicjamaica.com to learn more. Irrigation, making the difference in agriculture.
Our family and friends are a big part of who we are. And when it comes to keeping you connected to them, Grace Kennedy Money Services Western Union makes it safer and easier. Now friends and family overseas can use the Western Union app or westernunion.com to send money directly to your bank account without leaving home. Receive a Western Union money transfer directly into your bank account with a direct-to-bank service. Register online at gkmsonline.com and share your banking details with your sender so you don't have to leave home time to collect.
Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new host who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide a riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the positive. It's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls. For the times they are a change.
We've been sharing with you the contents of a press release, from the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, JMEA, looking at the effects of the no movement days on manufacturers and exporters. So we mentioned they've listed inability to access food outlets for staff present on no movement days, reduced production days resulting in reduction of sales revenue, difficulty servicing clients on no movement days, because if you're not supposed to move and you have clients who require certain essential items, what do? Well, you seek an exemption. Yes. Difficulty, right, so that's one of the difficulties. Delivery challenges for raw materials leading to delays. Delivery challenges for raw materials leading to delays. Cancellation or rescheduling of orders or commitments to customers. Not good for business. The JMEA tells us that key data from members surveyed indicated that 80% of their members experienced a decline in productivity. 40% of members indicated that their suppliers were severely hindered during the no movement days. 83% of members indicated that they expect to see a decline in their company's revenue for the period of August 2021 due to no movement days. 17% are unsure about how the no movement days will impact their revenue. The president of the JMEA, John Mahfood, has said it is clear from the results of this survey that the 4 weeks of 3.5 days down is having a serious negative impact on our manufacturers and exporters, especially micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. We understand that the government is in a precarious position at this time as it tries to balance the interest of protecting lives while safeguarding the operations of the economy. We're heartened to see that the sacrifice of all Jamaicans during the past 4 weeks has had a positive impact on reducing the spread of the virus. We now therefore believe that it is time for the government to re-evaluate the current situation with a view to reducing the lockdowns. At the same time, the authorities must continue to strictly enforce measures that are in place, such as the wearing of masks, social distancing, and adhering to curfew hours. Additionally, the government must seek to significantly increase the number of vaccination sites across the island. That's a press release from the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, JMEA. We'll see what else comes out of the JMEA. And is there a press conference this evening? I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. No, we'll have to check that. to see if we're going to get some additional information about going forward. Right. If we get that information, we will let you know. In the meantime, let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We were dissecting Children, that piece by Khalil Gibran. And we said, in reference to children, you may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. And we made the point about offloading our burdens on our children in terms of what we weren't able to achieve, what we weren't able to do in our lifetime. We are expecting our children to live the way we wanted to live. Or do they take up the professions that we wanted to take up? But no, allow the children, by all means, expose them to the options, the possibilities, the varieties, whatever is out there in terms of a vocation, a productive engagement. And they will then decide if this is something they love, or based on what they love or like or enjoy doing, it could evolve into a profession, as we said, or a vocation, or a business that they would establish as entrepreneurs, or the business of establishing a business in and of itself being something that they enjoyed. And the piece goes on to say, for life goes not backward nor tarries with yesterday. Life goes not backward nor tarries with yesterday. That's just a fact of life. And in reference to the parents, Khalil Gibran says, you are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer, can you see that imagery? The bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. So it really depends, a lot depends on the strength of the parents and or guardians to be able to so extend themselves in being the bows from which our children are as living arrows are sent forth. And it's a function. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might. And this is speaking of the Almighty in this case, and giving parents and guardians the strength and the all the other tools necessary to be able to shape and mold these lives into world-class men and women. So he bends you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. So the more we put into raising our children, the more we put in, nothing is 100%, as we know, but generally speaking, the more we invest in our children, the more we protect our children, the more we take care of our children, the farther they're likely to go. Just like the archer with the arrow, the bow and the arrow. That's the imagery. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. For even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. A stable family, ideally, is what we should strive for. Stable families, ideally. Right, so that's Khalil Gibran. That's the piece we started with this afternoon, and paired that with this masterpiece by the great Bob Dylan, performed by Peter, Paul, and Mary. The times they are a changing. The times they are a changing. In American dialect to some extent there, that slant. The times they are a changing. And these are timely words. The times are indeed changing, as the song says, without the G at the end, changing. If you're talking American, like Bob Dylan. So what we've been witnessing, it's not like the times have never changed. The times have been changing forever. And the times will continue to change for as long as there's life on earth. But there are particular moments in time. That one moment in time that Whitney Houston sings about. There are moments in time. There are periods of time when time seems to stand still because something is happening that we're not accustomed to. Something is happening that is beyond us, that we have to try to come to grips with. So the lyrics go as follows: come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown. It's like being in a community that is flood prone. And as the rains pour down, the waters grow, in a manner of speaking. There's a swelling of the waters. And that's what a lot of us as Jamaicans and people of the world have had to deal with over these 19 months of COVID-19. That's what a lot of us have had to deal with. I mean, where are we now in terms of on that continuum? This is the 553rd day since the first confirmed COVID-19 case in Jamaica. 553rd day. It's also the 545th day since the first confirmed death from COVID-19 in Jamaica. So, and a lot of what we're experiencing now, we have never experienced before. And we just have to try as best as we can to come to grips with that. Admit that the waters around us have grown, and accept that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. As my late mother would say, "An asopna go, asopna come." And you can see it, the water's growing. So expect that you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, and that's without the G, we're talking American here, this is Bob Dylan. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a changing, writes Bob Dylan. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3 o'clock.
Welcome to the new dimension in eye care, the Optical Zone, offering exceptionally comfortable eyewear. We fill prescriptions and do eye examinations. This complete optical store is conveniently located at Shop 14, York Plaza, Halfway Tree. Telephone 929-8656. The Optical Zone, providing vision for life.
believing in the positive.
Tune in every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. to midday for your Legal Corner with Dahlia Walker Huntington during Power Talk on Power 106 FM. You can call our numbers 876-922-4112-5. The text and WhatsApp line is 876-279-8598. You can also send an email at yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. Join Your Legal Corner for all matters in relation to immigration to the United States. Here Dahlia offer great legal advice on your immigration queries and concerns. Learn about the filing process, when to file, and how to prepare for the move. That's Your Legal Corner, 11:30 to midday, every Thursday right here on Power 106 FM.
It's riveting, thought-provoking, and interesting. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. Join Jody and Quarry on Mondays and Tuesdays and Sanjay Lewis on Wednesdays and Thursdays, while they alternate on Fridays as they set your agenda and break down the issues and keep you informed on what matters to you most. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. only on Power 106 FM.
If you can't understand, your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand for the time.
The times they are a-changin'. Bob Dylan, performed by Peter, Paul, and Mary. So let's move to the second stanza. Come writers and critics. Come writers and critics who prophesize with your pen, and keep your eyes wide. The chance won't come again. In other words, as devastating and problematic and life-changing as COVID has been so far, let us take note of all that has happened, all that is happening, and even what is likely to come. So we have to have our wits about us. We have to be not just conscious but conscientious. We have to exude a level of awareness that should serve us well going forward. So come writers and critics who prophesize with your pen, writes Bob Dylan, and keep your eyes wide. The chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheels still in spin. That's like the wheels of time, or the wheel of time. I always like to hearken to the London Eye. For those who have been privileged to enough to travel to the UK, and more specifically to the city of London, and to be able to go on the London Eye, this massive wheel with these cubicles, massive wheel. I don't know if cubicles is the correct term to describe these little encasements looking like something from outer space. But for those who have been listening and watching for a long time, you would have seen us. We did a live broadcast from the London Eye. Well, not on Facebook Live. I must find that one of these days. Broadcasting live from the London Eye. The thing with the London Eye is that it keeps turning. It never stops. Notwithstanding the fact that people are constantly exiting and entering. So while we are embarking on this amusement technology, others are coming off. So that's the beauty about it. And that's life. That's life. How many people have we lost over the last 19 months, or the last 553 days, today being the 553rd since that first case in Jamaica? or the 544th or 45th day since that first death. But the time marches on. Just like the London Eye keeps on growing and turning and turning and turning. People are coming off, people are getting on. So it's like children are being born, and sadly, people are dying. As children are being born, people are dying. That cycle, that circle of life that Elton John sings about. That's it. It keeps going. It keeps going. Right? So don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin. In other words, don't go rushing to conclusion. Don't rush to conclusion as to what is likely to happen, because the wheel is still in spin, and we perhaps will not know until we get to a particular point in time. Oh, there's a powerful quotation about life. Life is lived. Let me see if I can remember it. Lived, something to the effect, lived forward, but understood backward, or something to that effect. Because if you check it, most of our conversations are about the past, not necessarily about the present. Yes, the present too, but most of our we talk about this morning, this afternoon, last night, yesterday, last week, last month, last year, because the present is still unfolding. The wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming. That's like the tolling bell, for whom the bell tolls. As, what was his name now? John Donne. It was John Donne who says, never send to ask for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. So some of us are busy wanting to know who is doing what and who is surviving or not surviving, etc. We might want to check ourselves from the standpoint of there might be something that is going to impact us one way or another. Right? So there's no telling who. It's like same wheel concept. You spin wheel. I used to love watching Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. Especially Wheel of Fortune. You spin the wheel and it goes around and it stops at a particular point. So there's no telling. And in Jamaica, we have this spin the bottle thing to find out who would have stolen something. There is that too. And wherever the bottle stops, Lord help you, wherever the bottle stops, right? So there's no telling who that it's naming. So for the loser now, and this is instructive, so there are a lot of us who are losing out now, for whatever reason, we're losing. For the loser now will be later to win. For the loser now will be later to win. Because if the times they are a-changing, then yes, there's a time when some of us are in the loser category. And then as the times continue to change, we end up in the winner's circle, as they say at Caymanas Park. You get that sense, right? Yeah, for the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are a-changing. And here's one for perhaps the most, and with good reason, but perhaps the most criticized group of people in the history of the world, politicians. So this stanza says, come senators, and you know it's American, right? Come senator, it's an American who wrote it, Bob Dylan. So within the context of America here, come senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway. Don't block up the hall. In other words, there are some members of the political directorate whose very presence, presence, is doing more harm than good. They're standing in the way of, and since we're talking politics, they're standing in the way of progress and prosperity. There, right. So come senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway. Don't block up the hall. So don't stand in the way of progress and prosperity. Right? Don't stand in the doorway. Don't block up the hall. For he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. And how many times have we seen legislation stalling, not just here in Jamaica, in the United States and elsewhere in the world, not going anywhere, people filibustering and doing all kinds of things and finding ways to stall progress and prosperity, right? For he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. There's so many pieces of legislation, so many things that need to be done that we have been stalling for years. And while we're stalling, Bob Dylan tells us the battle outside raging. There's a raging battle outside. It will soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changing. So people talk about the power of people, and if people are pushed to the limit, what people can do. If people are pushed to the limit, that could be the battle of which Bob Dylan is speaking. That battle outside raging. And we might think we are safe and secure wherever we are, in whatever gated community or remote area or etc. But if we're not careful, let's try not to be too comfortable in that regard, is what Bob Dylan is saying. Because he's saying, again, like my late mother used to say, and a sopna go, a sopna come. Bob Dylan says, it will soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changing. So he deals with the politicians and the legislators, and then he takes on the parents. He says, come mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. What does he mean by that? It's our children. Our children. We're back to our children. So we see our children do certain things. We hear them say certain things. We're very critical, because here's the thing. We're looking at our children through our own lenses, as opposed to trying to see things, just to exchange, just trade places with the child. Stand where the child was standing and just look to see if you, by virtue of standing in that child's position, if you can see things from a different perspective. That's what Bob Dylan is saying. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Because we as parents and guardians, we complain, well, we can't understand these children these days. Are we trying to understand them? And don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. They have a whole life ahead of them. They're charting their future. They recognize their purpose. They're working towards that. Right? Your old road, and Bob Dylan is saying this to parents and guardians, your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one. But he's not saying wholesale get out. What does he say after that? Please get out of the new one if you can't lend a hand, for the times they are a-changing. In other words, if you're not going to play your part in helping to mold and shape and nurture and support these children, then you are a bugbear. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Right? One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
Before it gets worse, take Benjamin's Relief for stuffy nose, cold, flu, cough, sinus, and allergy symptoms. Lay back, relax, and get fast, effective relief from Benjamin's, a trusted name for over a century.
Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new host who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide a riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the positive. Now will be later doing all the time they are a changing. Come senators, congressmen.
Final stanza of Bob Dylan's The Times They Are a Changin'. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. In other words, the stage is set, the scene is set. The destiny is at hand. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be fast. You can flip that, right? The slow one now will later be fast. Like Elaine Thompson Hera and Shelley and Fraser Price. Like, and yeah, we say that lovingly. You get the picture. So there are those of us who we either start off slow, and as we become wiser, smarter, train harder, practice, prepare better, we become faster. We get faster. The slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last, for the times they are a changing, and we should be mindful of that. And all of this should teach us humility. Humility. Because the first one now will later be last. The slow one now will later be fast. And so on and so forth. We'll leave it there for now. The lyrics of The Times They Are a Changin' by Bob Dylan. We have tons of messages to clear. Let's go to the phone lines. 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for your patience.
Good afternoon, Dervan.
Hi, it's been ages since we last heard from you, but we're hearing more of your background than you. Can you fix that? Is your phone on speaker? Is your phone on speaker?
Very quiet.
Is your phone on speaker?
No, I turned it
Are
on.
you using an earpiece?
No.
Earplugs? No.
No.
The audio is
He told me to turn off the speaker. Probably it's better with the speaker.
No. Is it a cell phone that you're using?
Yes.
I'm hearing your house. I'm here wherever you are. I'm hearing the sounds in that it's in that building. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm in a very quiet, the quietest place.
That's what I'm saying. There's even echo in the place where you are. It sounds like an empty. It sounds like an empty room.
Yeah.
It sounds like an empty room, is it?
You hear me better now?
A little better.
Yes, I go outside.
Yes.
What happens, Dervan, is I want to comment. It's been a long time, and I'll say hi to both sides, But I listen.
Good.
But I don't call to record again.
Good to know. Are you in?
Something will upset me with Dr. P after he retired. as president of the PMP, and like the former president, he won't step aside completely, and he's clouding the current president, and he's there actively interfering.
No, hold on.
Never before occurred within the PMP.
It doesn't help the fact that we're not hearing you so clearly, quite frankly. Is this the best you can do in terms of whatever device you're using?
You hear me better?
No, it's really not a good
All
connection.
right, I can extend on my
Please. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, see if you can you can sort that out and come back to us. Thank you very much. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story. But it's good to hear that voice. We haven't heard that voice in ages. Long time. That's I think he has a farm in St. Anne, but he had been living, I don't know if he's back in the States. He had been living in Florida. And I think his profession in the States was that of public health, in the field of public health. Right. Please, if you can get a better connection, feel free to call back. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Shines for Life Law on Facebook Live says, bless up at Uncle D. To you too, Shines for Life Law. Norman Hines in St. Thomas, good afternoon. Ricardo Porteous in Glengoff, St. Catherine, good to have you online. Michael Bailey, good afternoon to you too. Velta Wilson, good afternoon. Thank you very much. She says, let us hope things will be better. While there's life, there's hope, and God is in control. Jacqueline Simmons says, afternoon, blessing to you too, Jacqueline Simmons. Leslie M. Morgan, blessings to you. Jeannie Chambers, good afternoon. Welcome, Jennifer Stewart from Kew Road in Kencott, East Central St. Andrew. Audrey Smith in Southampton in England, watching and listening as usual. Cherry Henry, good afternoon. Thank you very much. Faye Weller, good afternoon to you too. Annette Bless, thank you for joining us. Good afternoon. Errol in New Jersey, good afternoon and welcome. Patrick Maitland in New York, good to see you online. Publisher of The Agriculturalist and also Hype magazine, which is both magazines published electronically, but I think there's also the physical copy, even in these times. Bernard Farquharson, good afternoon to you as well. Thank you for tuning in. To the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Looks like we're having one of those afternoons with the phone troubles. Jeez.
You are?
Yes, we're that humming sound.
Can you hear me now?
Hearing you, but there's a humming sound.
Well, I'm at a quiet place. No radio and nothing.
Well, that must be the phone line itself.
Must be.
Right. Well, we'll try our best to suffer through it. Go ahead, please.
Well, I'll come in and the two persons you cited in your so final program, Gibran.
Yes.
And that song from Babylon. That's a very deep song.
It is.
And it's very philosophical too. And very political. It's a cocktail, a situation in that song.
Yes.
Very deep.
Yes.
But you know that song that he wrote, Knocking on Heaven's Door, right?
Oh, he was the one who wrote that?
Yes.
The same one that was done by...
Yeah, we take his chains from off of me.
Yes,
you know?
I can't... them anymore. It's getting dark too. Oh, that was written by Dylan. I didn't know that.
Yes, well, you know, he inspired Sam Cooke to write that song, I Was Born by the River.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because when he wrote that song, Sam Cooke said, you know, like a white man writing a black song, they wanted to make Knocking on Heaven's Door the anthem for the black. That's what drove Sam Cooke to write that song, I Was Born by the River.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what I love that one as well.
Because even the song where Babylon wrote, where how many seeds must the white dog sail before it lands in the sun?
Yes,
that was a political song that was dedicated to the black movement at that time in the 60s.
Right. That's the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Yes.
Because he was so involved he was even dating one of the Staple sisters.
Oh.
He was with
And did they become a staple?
No. But in the art world, it was about a flirt.
So it is.
Yeah, it is like that. But that was a very deep song.
Yes.
And Gibran, when I first discovered Gibran, I couldn't pick up another book about Gibran.
Yes.
He's so deep and mellow.
Yeah, man. Powerful.
Yes. And in one of his books, I could remember, I think this was the most remarkable comment I've ever heard a man made to a woman. The woman that sponsored him, because he was poor and lowly in France,
Oh.
And a woman spotted his potential and sponsored him to university, to art university.
I had no idea. I need to read some more on him. Mm-hmm.
But the woman was the senior by some 20-something years.
Mm.
And during the process of being with him and around him, she was falling in love with him.
Mm.
And, make overtures.
Yes.
And he told her, good friendship without poor love affair. And that, because it was so deep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was tantamount to that song where I used him when he said, I don't have the heart.
I don't have the heart to hurt you?
Yes, that's a honest song.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, and thank you. I'm going to do some more reading on Gibran. Thank you. Janet Williams says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners. 95-year-old great-grandmother at Merle Grove is waiting for a second jab based on the date given, is now hearing that they think they are running out. Oh, dear. And we think we can't be running out. No. We got 200,000 doses of AstraZeneca from where did this come from? From Canada. 200,000 200,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine from Canada. So they can't be running out, Janet Williams. And in any case, we already had in store in stock a significant hundreds of thousands of doses. Can't be running out, Janet. Tell whoever is saying that, please do not allow this 95-year-old great-grandmother who is at the vaccination site at Merle Grove to leave without getting her second jab. I don't like that word, right? I don't know. For some strange reason, I don't like it. But it's all right. Yes. Yeah. No, seriously. Let us ensure that 95-year-old great-grandmother who is at the vaccination site at Merle Grove, that she doesn't leave there before being inoculated, vaccinated, immunized. Same thing. All of those things. Or, as they say, getting the jab. Right. We're not going to take a jab at anybody. So, that's not good, though. We've been saying it. We've been saying it's bad enough that you have to be dragging people kicking and screaming to go to the vaccination center. Or to take the vaccination exercise to them. It's even worse when they eventually drag themselves or they are dragged and then they get to the vaccination center and there is chaos or there is some level of overcrowding, people too close, or they're being told that they're running out of vaccine. No, man. We have to do better than that. Where are the logisticians? More in a moment.
Understand your sons and your daughters are beyond.
You contribute directly to Jamaica's national development when you pay your customs duties. Let's all do our part in keeping the wheels of our economy turning. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:30.
Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new host who will take talk radio figure to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the positive. Accepted that soon you'll be drenched to the bone.
Yes, let's get it together as far as the effective administering of our administration of the vaccines. Let's get it together. Angela Forrest says, we in Claremont can't get Power 106. Here we go again. All right, Angela, I'm copying your message right now, and I'm going to post it in the WhatsApp group, which is peopled mostly by the technical team. Let's make sure that they get this message. Where is it? Let's do this. All right, which one is not showing up now? Let's do that. And let's do this. And make sure that we are able to scan this code to link the phone with the laptop. Yeah, I think is this it? No, let's try again. No, it's not happening. Oh, something's happening now. WhatsApp. And it's that one. This one is already up. This one should be coming up. All right. We get it. Let's move on. Right. So we're going to post your message in the transmission group, just so we keep our engineers on their toes. There you go. We want to keep our engineers on their toes. So we just sent your message. Sorry to hear that you're not hearing us in Claremont, St. Anne. Inez Iona Campbell says, hello, everyone. Janet Williams says, it's Pfizer, Mr. Malcolm. I was told to tell. She wants you to know. Yeah, well, we have enough Pfizer. I know they have stopped for a moment to ensure that they have enough second doses. But this is a second dose. So why would you not make it available to her? It doesn't make any sense. Something is not adding up there. Something is not right there. All right, so that's Facebook Live. Quickly, YouTube. Let's go through. Curtis Smith says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm, and all of my father's children, home and abroad. God bless you all. It's a privilege to be alive on a next day. It's raining in Claremont. Not a sound from Power 106 down here. So we're going to copy your message as well, Curtis Smith, and we're going to paste it in the transmission group WhatsApp. And we're doing that right now and sending it to the engineers. Apologies, Curtis Smith, that you're not able to hear us in Claremont, St. Anne. So you're perhaps not even hearing the apology. Levi Goslin says, taking you in, Prince, enough respect. Respect to you too, Levi Goslin. Curtis Smith says, from morning, it's getting from bad to worse. Too often, it's a shame. We are copying your message as well, Curtis Smith, and we are posting it in the WhatsApp group where the engineers police, so that they will see these messages, and the hope is that they will act on your concerns, listeners. After all, it's all about you. It's not about us. Without you, what the song says, there's no me without you. There's no we without you. You get the picture. No we without you. All right, let's just continue clearing. Miss K in St. Catherine says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Wishing you and the both sides of the story listeners across the globe a wonderful afternoon. Stay safe, everyone. Looking forward to Sir D's usual informative program. Thank you, Miss K in St. Catherine. Natalie Winter says, good afternoon. Children rely on parents for guidance. Rose McIntosh in London says, good afternoon, Sir Dervan and all listeners worldwide. To you too. Natalie says, children have rights. They're not piece of cloth to be used. Alexa Vlogs says, hello, sir. Hello, Alexa Vlogs. Natalie Winter says, not a matter of legislation stopping or stalling parents, in particular females, say babies, stopping them from so-called progress. Not and that message is repeated. Let us see the type of nation we will have if you dislike your own children and the type of person that they will become. The line is drawn, says Natalie. Thank you for your many messages. Keep them coming in. Next set of messages will be WhatsApp, but let's go back to the phone lines. 876-922-4112-5. Thanks for your patience and understanding. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Vernon.
Well, Mr.
Malcolm.
Oh, because, yeah, right.
I've been calling Vernon from this morning. I don't know where I get
That's
it from.
Vernon Darby on Nationwide 90 FM.
Yeah.
Yes.
This, I must say, I like to definitely listen to your program. It's very interesting. I'm also glad that a lot of the Jamaicans are coming out now to take the vaccine because, I know for sure that the vaccine works. It protects you from getting seriously ill. I had a friend who take the jab and his wife and his kids hasn't taken it. And they get the COVID and my friend didn't. They live in the same house.
Hello?
Yeah, okay. I was really good dead on me. They live in the same house.
Mm.
And those that did not take the jab get the virus. And the one person that took the jab did not. And I am happy to see the amount of people that is coming out to take the jab and stop listening to people talking all sort of foolishness. And, a lot of these deaths, Mr. Malcolm could have avoided, if we were listening to the Prime Minister from last year. A lot of these deaths could have been avoided if people did went out and get the job earlier.
Yeah, well, we trust that we will continue to see and some kind of abatement in terms of the numbers, because we're still nowhere out of the woods. We're still deep in the woods. We're not where we would like to be in terms of being able to ramp up production again and not having to worry about a run on our hospitals. I think we're back up at 800 plus again people in hospital.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems that we have in Jamaica is that I remember when I was much younger, partly every district has an health clinic. We don't have that anymore. It's only the bigger district now has an health clinic.
But we have about 326. I'm trying to remember the exact figure. Approximately 326 health centers across Jamaica, otherwise known as clinics, public clinics.
Yeah, we have a lot, but we still need more, because I know of one area right now, and that area has to deal with about maybe, I would say about maybe 15 to 20 different districts. That is too much people. And if I should calculate the people, you're looking at about maybe 50, 60,000 people right there. It's a whole lot of people. You know?
Yeah.
So
I don't know the basis on which they cite health centers across the country. One would like to think they would go according to population centers, areas where...
But what they do, they try to use the health centers that are in the bigger districts, and the smaller district now had to take either bus or taxis and stuff to go there. And I also observe certain things too, that the taxis and the buses and the no movement, they are one of the main transmission of the virus, because you know the taxi guys them just get a raise the other day, and you know, for conscience sake.
No, but how do you make a statement like that so confident, with so much confidence about spread?
I stand up and I see taxis.
I thought you were going to tell me you stand up and you see COVID.
No, I can't see that one. But
as bad as things are, from what we have seen, they have been trying. The taxi operators and the passengers. You will always find non-compliant people. We just have to find responsible ways of dealing with the non-compliant people. Yes.
You know, Mr. Darby, I was telling somebody.
You're a regular nationwide listener, aren't you? Because now you've given me Vernon, and now you have brought the Darby with it. Vernon Darby at your service.
I don't know why.
Just remember, this is Dervan. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Van. Dervan Malcolm.
Yeah, my second thing is a crime, especially the murder in Havana Heights were there. You know, be honest to you, it's like I get so scared of country now that sometimes I'm scared to even go outside. I hardly watch news anymore, you know. I hardly watch news anymore. If you should look back at this place called Havana Heights, it's almost the same place that they kidnapped the teacher lady, you know. It is almost the same place. Yeah. There's a young lady that have been missing from Havana Heights about maybe 3 years ago, and nobody hear nothing about her. Havana Heights is not a normal place. It's a place where a lot of criminal hangs out.
Yeah, well, again, you're making a sweeping statement, and we want to be careful. There are a lot of communities in Jamaica where misguided individuals might be engaged in criminal activity, but we have to be careful of the broad brush. There are people who are still living in the community, not because they are in bed, literally and figuratively, with those who are up to no good, but because, as we say in Jamaica, them can't do any better, right? That's it. For them to lift up and leave that community to go where and to go pay rent and as opposed to leaving somewhere that they have some ownership that they, so we still need to be mindful of those. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45. Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new host who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays, and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide a riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Crosskin Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the positive. Wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown and
And there's the flip side to that as well with respect to the community. People might argue, well, if there are law-abiding citizens in that community, why they don't do something about the criminals in the community? Easier said than done, but it can be done in terms of passing on information. Obviously, a lot of people are gripped with fear. They're worried that something might happen to them if they were to pass on information to the police. There perhaps needs to be some kind of public education campaign with respect to the protection of citizens who provide information, evidence-based information, or information that leads to certain evidence, which after having been tested or scanned or otherwise checked, reveals certain things. So there are a lot of elements at play. It is always tragic. I mean, as we see on this program all the time, the loss of any life is to be regretted. Are we getting any closer to making the lasting decisions? It doesn't appear so. It looks like we're still dealing with it as it happens, as it comes, and it just comes down the day Jamaicans decide that this must come to an end, it will come to an end. That's really what it boils down to.
Simple, Mr. Malcolm. You know, one of the biggest problems that we have in Jamaica is that the citizen does not have confidence within the politicians and the police.
Yeah, there's a trust deficit in Jamaica.
Whenever people have confidence within police, they will give them information. I used to work close to police officers.
Except that, stick a pin and remember what you're going to say. Except that we have an award-winning Crime Stop program, never been compromised. We have a witness protection program that has never been compromised either. There are channels available. There are options. There are so many ways in which people can pass on information without having to interface with a policeman, for example. There are options. But anyway, go on.
I understand that. But I used to work close to some police officers based on the job that I used to do in a certain area. And I've seen people come to the station in night to give information because they trusted certain type of police. If certain police is not there, they would not give them information. So in Jamaica, we have to try to bridge the gap within the police and the citizen in trust, and again, the politician. For example, I'm not really talking politics here, but when
you're free to talk politics.
When you look at the leader of the opposition, and this guy is going around, or this gentleman is going around, I am not saying he should not do it, but if you should look in his own constituency where there's murder left, right, and center. There's a little girl who was raped and burnt.
Oh,
with
yes.
the same area. There's nobody charged for that. You know? And, you know, these are the things that people look at because people are not stupid, you know. People are not stupid.
Yeah. The South St. Andrew wouldn't be the the only constituency where there are murders left, right, and center. You would recognize within the last few weeks, in particular, there's been an upsurge in West Kingston. There's something going on with a couple of people who want to run Denham Town as opposed to run Tivoli. There's something happening there. There's something internal, and it's spilling out onto the streets in the heart of the city.
Mr. Malcolm.
And there are other communities.
Mr. Malcolm.
Yes.
I heard you say something a while ago, that there are certain people who wants to run the area of West Kingston. That means those people are known. They are known. So the people who are committing the crime, are committing most of the crime, are known to the police.
Now, why would the police not go for them?
Well,
if they,
I don't know,
because remember now, I think I know why. There's a thing called evidence.
Yes.
There are so many people who could say, and I've grown up hearing a lot of things. You see that brother there? I drugs him used to push, you know. Yeah, man, I used to be a drugs man, but him clean up himself now, and him set up himself, etc. All kinds of information is out there about people, but you have to be able to have the evidence that is going to, first of all, give the police a reason. Because remember, if you go and just pick up people like that, they're going to call on a lawyer, and the lawyer is going to say, either you're going to charge my client or you're going to let him go or let her go. That's what the lawyer is going to say. So you have to come good. If you have evidence, you have to come good with it.
Yeah, I understand that clearly. As I said to you, that I used to work with police closely with some police, and within a certain area, the police know every single crime producer. If a new person come inside the area to live, the police know. But
they can't just pick them up.
No, evidence, because sometimes we know that certain people are committing certain crime, but we just can't put our hands on them.
Well,
and
this is it.
People are not coming forward. But with the long and short, this is what I really want to say, that I really love this country. I love Jamaica, and I hope one day we as Jamaican can come to our sense. It is getting to me now. Just a couple months ago, Jamaican murder Jamaican in New Jersey. Jamaican murder Jamaican in New York. Jamaican murder Jamaican in Florida. And everywhere we go, we're killing each other. What's the problem?
Yeah, it's baffling a lot of us, to the point where the Prime Minister has set up, is it officially in place now, a violence commission to inquire into why there's so much violence in our households, in our communities, in the broader society, etc., to try and understand. But that is going to take a long time to get around to any position that is going to inform decisions going forward. That's a task.
Definitely.
But in the meantime, whatever we do, we have to first of all stop the bleeding.
20 years ago, I came up with an idea, and I called a couple of people on the radio station and explained to them where we could cut crime 50%. 50%. We didn't have the pandemic and stuff like this. And every one of the guys that I called, they asked me, how do you come up with stuff like this? But I sit down and I observe. I used to work closely with police officer, and I wrote it down and I came up with it. We can do it, Mr. Malcolm.
So why are you keeping it to yourself? Who have you shared it with?
I try to call all the Minister of National Security. I call the Commissioner's Office. I call radio station. There's loads of places that I called, and I could not.
No, but how about delivering? How about putting it in an envelope, sealing it, address it to the police commissioner, and go up to Old Hope Road and drop off the envelope.
I would like to talk mostly to the Minister of National Security, because
you can do that too for the minister. The minister's office, everybody knows where that is.
I called the office loads of time. I left message. When Mr. Montague were there, I left message.
But this is what I'm saying. You're hardly ever going to reach a minister on the phone. It's just a reality. As citizen A, it may or may not happen. You'd be fortunate if it happens once, much less twice. But if you were to take the physical document, an envelope with documents with your suggestions to the office, there's someone who goes through the mail, the minister's mail, and would then be the person to, and you also have those who would go through the information before and then would brief the minister to say, we got this information today for addressed to you or whatever it is.
Well, I'm gonna take your advice, and one day when I'm not working, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna see if I can remember, and I'm gonna write it down and I'm gonna deliver it there. But I think one of the first things that we had to do to address crime in Jamaica, we had to amend the Constitution. One of the first things.
Really?
Definitely, we had to. This Constitution that we have is from 1960. I think it's 1960. We have to amend the Constitution.
Amend it to say what?
The Constitution is what really governs us, Mr. Malcolm. That's what governs us, right?
Yeah.
Just like the Bible. The Bible is what...
But amend from what to what?
No, we're not going to change it, We're just going to amend Constitution.
What section?
Well, we'd have to go through it. We'd have to go through it, but we have to amend it to really deal with the crime situation which is going on today.
Well, that's still hanging. You're not saying anything there. But anyway, follow the suggestion and see if you can get your documentation to the minister.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was nice talking to you.
Same here. All the best, and say hi to Vernon Darby when you speak with him again.
I will say hi.
All right, take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Pleasant good afternoon to you, Mr. Malcolm. How are you today?
I'm giving thanks for life. And you?
I am doing the same. I say good afternoon to your listeners all over the world.
Thank you on their behalf.
Yes. Mr. Malcolm, we are living in a stressful time. Trust me, it's so stressful sometimes. You wonder if you're going to be next.
Yes.
The death is everywhere. Sometimes when the phone rings, I wonder, is somebody's going to tell me who dead? I text my son the other night and I told him, he said, Mommy, when you start to talk to them, let them know that you don't want to hear who dead. I have a friend that lost her both parents. 80 and 83.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, the lady was test positive, so we don't know if the father.
Mm-hmm.
She just came down for her wedding, and by the time she went up back, she lives in Queens, New York. The Monday, she was told that her dad dead.
Oh, no.
The Tuesday, she said to me, are you sitting down? I have something to tell you. My mom just passed on. It is such a sad time, but it's at the same time, it's a blessing to be alive.
Yes, indeed. We have so much to be thankful for.
We have a lot to be grateful for.
Yes.
Mr. Malcolm, I always feel that one of the biggest problems to crime is education. I could be wrong, Because as I know more time when we speak, I'll let you know.
Well, we have educated. In fact, one of our reputed gangsters, reputed dons, they would tell you went to a good school, got good education, but that obviously only assisted him in doing things that are wrong, illegal, against the law.
Yes.
How do you explain that?
Yeah, but yes, but you know, in everything, Mr. Malcolm, it is
Nothing is 100%.
not is not 100, and not that's not the majority, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes.
That's not the majority because
Sorry,
as you know, I live in
one moment, please.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4:01.
Tune in every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. to midday for your legal corner with Dahlia Walker Huntington during Power Talk on Power 106 FM. You can call our numbers 876-922-4112-5. The text and WhatsApp line is 876-279-8598. You can also send an email at yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. Join Your Legal Corner for all matters in relation to immigration to the United States. Here, Dahlia offer great legal advice on your immigration queries and concerns. Learn about the filing process, when to file, and how to prepare for the move. That's Your Legal Corner, 11:30 to midday, every Thursday right here on Power 106 FM.
And don't speak too soon, for the wheels still in spin. And there's no telling who that it's naming. For the loser now will be later to win. For the times they are a change.
Que hora es en español? Son las 4:02. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:00的现在。TDN 了4点02分。2 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Thanks for holding.
Yes, Mr. Malcolm. I would like your opinion. You don't think education is the number one?
Oh, it goes without saying it is. I was just playing the devil's advocate as to what, because
I don't think nobody can take that away from me because I think a lot of students or children would be a better person if they got the push. Because sometimes even in my community, you said, why are you not at school today? My belly did that hurt me or something to that effect. Now when school almost over or almost back to lunchtime when you know you cannot go, then your belly start hurt you. And how much time you're going to play that trick on me as a parent? You see what I mean? So I'll send you, and if your belly still hurting you, the teacher will call me and I'll come and get you. So some of the parents, as I said, education and parents, I don't know which parenting. I don't know which one to put before Mr. Malcolm, but these two are I think is the most important thing that's killing off our country. Or the gentleman just said it, everywhere you go, you hear Jamaican killing off Jamaican. And black people have a way of saying white people don't like us. Who killing us off? White people? That don't make any sense, Mr. Malcolm. How can you and your friend went to school together, play marble together, play whatever, football together, and when you get bigger now, gang part you may join one gang, or both of you may be in the same gang and still don't like each other. The easiest chance to get one dead or the family dead. The other day I heard on the radio that a 15-year-old killed a lady, must be 56, so sweeping
Yes.
up her yard.
Yes.
15-year-old, Mr. Malcolm.
Yeah, the woman was sweeping up her yard.
I don't know.
Hmm.
As the gentleman said, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really scared, but I wish sometime I didn't hear the news. And then if I don't hear the news, somebody will say, you never hear this, and tell you some of the case that, you still don't hear. But sometimes it make you wonder if when you hear it or you don't hear it, it's still going on and you don't want it to go on. It just make you sick, to see people just killing off each other like that.
Yes, sad state of
So,
affairs.
so sad, Mr. Malcolm.
Hmm.
Even the COVID, no, this is going around now. And some of them wouldn't say, all right, that killing off so much people, me not bother kill nobody there. No, sir. It is sad. I'm laughing, but I'm not really laughing.
I understand.
It is really, really sad, my brother. It's really, really sad. That's why I tell you, I believe in education. I believe parents should try their best. Yes, 1 and 2 won't come out to what you want them to be, whether you give them education or not. But sometimes, too, while you're giving them education, you can't send a 15-year-old to dance. Your 15-year-old you're supposed to know where that child is, as long as if it's at school and they leave school, and go somewhere you can't tell. But when it's time to be at home, you're supposed to know where that child is. Mr. Malcolm, as you know, I live in the ghetto area. My 2 gates keep locked, and I have an 18-year-old grandson that cannot go through my gate without I know where he's going. And this is the way I grow my 2 boys, which one of them is his dad. You understand? You have to be firm. You have to know what you want for your children and grow them a particular way. And yes, although you may try to your best, some of them may still don't come out to what you want them to be. I usually search my children and bag, Mr. Malcolm, when they were going to school. If your friend lend you a book, you don't need to take it home more than one time. Yes, they may lend you to do a homework where you carry it home back for tomorrow. It's lend you, so you need to get it back to that child.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So I have to search the back because some of the children I told carry home gun for them friends that can't come into my house because I'm going to look in your bag. So you're not going to carry it home. So there's certain steps you have to take as parent, man, and stop killing off our children, because a lot of parents, they are the one why their son is a gunman or their daughter do this and them, they don't give them no proper parenting. They don't even try. Them and them going on the road and you don't know who is the mother from the child, the way they dress. No, that don't make no sense, Mr. Malcolm. We need to do something. I don't know what we're going to do, but we can't stop. 18 people died over the weekend, Mr. Malcolm. Friday morning, I was going to go town, I go to Coronation Market most Thursdays. And I didn't get to go on this Thursday that gone. So I was planning to go Friday morning. I went over the park, started walking, and I was talking to 2 ladies, so it kept up my time. I said, I'm not going to go because I have some stuff to deliver. And at the time, maybe I'll be down there. 4 people died Friday morning. What kind of people we are, Mr. Malcolm? What the world looking at us and saying? We don't have no love. I don't know. It's sad though. It's really, really sad,
It
Mr.
is,
Malcolm.
and as we've said,
really sad.
only the people can change all that's been happening. Only the people. It's not going to happen without the people. When Jamaicans decide that this is it, we are taking our country in hand, so to speak. We're not going to allow any more of this madness. Until we get to that stage, we'll just have to try our best to protect ourselves and our families and hope that the state will do its duty likewise.
Yes, and one quick thing before I left. Some of the time I hear you and other people would say that some people not giving evidence, not saying that this man have a gun or that man have a gun. Sometimes you live into an area, Mr. Malcolm, and I'm using myself as an example, and you may only hear. I hardly stand at my gate. I don't have the time for that. I need time to make money because I have bills to pay. So you'll find that I may only hear that somebody has something. You can't go to the police and tell them that you're here. So some people will never go because you'll never see them with it. They don't allow you. The respect, I'm going down the road and them I hide the ganja behind them hand. And I'm not saying that everyone will do that, but some, because they grow up and see me as an adult and respect me, then call it that way. They don't even want me to see them smoking ganja. So why they would let me see them with a gun? They won't. And Mr. Malcolm, it is so hard for you to give evidence. So if you see them with it and still live in the same area, because you can't even trust the police them. You don't know if they're gonna say, but if you call them, they're going to ask you for your name. So they're going to know exactly who's telling them things. They're going to ask.
I still maintain, though, that we do have options. Yeah, but Crime Stop is not going to ask you your name. This is what I'm saying. I still maintain.
I don't have anything to tell
that
because
there
I
are.
don't know. You only hear.
Yes, but what I'm saying, there are more than enough options for people to pass on information. In fact, they tell you you can call if you want. I don't even want to give anybody ideas as to what, but there are various ways in which you can pass on the information, and only you and God, as my late mother would say, would know
well, I don't
that the information
really
was
have that
passed.
information to pass.
Yeah.
And I'm only saying I can't be the only one. Some people will only hear the sons to have something, but you won't see them with it. You understand? You won't see them with it, and you can't go tell police that you're here. You understand? And some people know, and they're scared. Honestly, Mr. Malcolm, they're scared. And maybe they don't know.
Yeah, well, we're all going to die anyway. So if we have choices, are we going to go down without a fight? Are we going to put up a fight? Are we going to get in the fight? We have to decide what role we are going to play in all that's happening.
Well, as I always sit and listen to you, and most afternoon if I'm not on the road. But sometimes I really don't have the time to call you, and sometimes I pick up the phone and it's busy. So I just give God thanks. You're here with us still, and we can listen to you. And you have taught us so many things, and I will always love Mr. Malcolm. You have no competition with me in the afternoon. God bless you, and you keep safe now.
Thank you. Blessings to you too. All the best.
Yeah, man. Bye-bye.
This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I hope I have enough credit to speak with you because I've been waiting for a bit.
All right, hold the line, please. Let's take your number and call you back. Just a moment, please. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Somebody has sent us a link here, which we're not able to access. This is the Great USA, OMG. Oh, the caller went. Please call us back, and we will gladly call you back. Sorry that you had to wait a while. Offering you the opportunity to call back, and we'll get your number and call you back. Over to you, caller. Here's another message on WhatsApp. Oh, yes, we're clearing WhatsApp messages now. Good day, Mr. Malcolm. I know that I'm flogging a dead horse, but I hope that this time around we will get some information on the connections to that luxury yacht registered in Jamaica that was caught in British territory smuggling more than 2 tons of cocaine valued at £160 million. We hope that the story does not go the way of the boat in Westmoreland or the 2 tons of cocaine that was found off the coast of St. Thomas, a quantity of drugs which seems eerily similar to that which was just found. I thought of the same thing, Stu Crocs in Black River, except that the UK government is involved now, aren't they? The UK government is involved. So let's see how much different the handling will be. Let us see. The UK government is necessarily involved at this stage. So let's see if we'll hear who owns that yacht.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15. The following is a public service announcement from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The Ministry of Health and Wellness invites members of the public to attend the vaccination site on Monday, September 13 and Tuesday, September 14 to receive their second dose of the AstraZeneca and Pfizer vaccines. Select sites will offer the Johnson & Johnson and first dose of AstraZeneca. Please visit vaccination.moh.gov.jm or social media for details on location, opening hours, and vaccine type. Monday, September 13, St. Anne, Lilyfield Playground Bamboo, 12 to 4 p.m. St. Anne's Bay Health Center, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. St. Mary, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. St. Mary High School, Port Maria Anglican Church Hall, Port Maria, and Notta Bay Sports Complex and Notta Bay. Portland, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Fair Prospect High School and Port Antonio Health Center. Kingston and St. Andrew National Arena, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Merle Grove High School, St. George's College, and Jamaica College. Trelawney, Falmouth Health Center, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Ulster Spring Health Center, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Manchester, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Manchester High School and Crosskeys High School. Hanover, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Hopewell Health Center, Sandy Bay Health Center, and Lucy Health Center. St. Catherine, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Portmore Heart Academy, Eltham High School, Dinthill High School, Old Harbour High School, Jose Marti High School, and Guys Hill High School. Clarendon, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Summerfield Community Center, Denby Primary School, and Edwin Allen High School. St. Elizabeth, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Southfield Health Center, Eldersley Health Center, Santa Cruz Health Center, Aberdeen Health Center, and Black River Health Center. St. James, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Type 5 Health Center, Sandals Inn, Catherine Hall Health Center, and Adelphi Health Center. St. Thomas, Morant Bay Health Center, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Isaac Barant Health Center, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Westmoreland, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Savannah Lamar Health Center. Tuesday, September 14, St. Anne, Turtle River Park, Ocho Rios, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. St. Mary, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. St. Mary High School, Port Maria Anglican Church Hall, Port Maria, and the Notta Bay Sports Complex in Notta Bay. Portland, Port Antonio High School, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Manchester, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Manchester High School and Belfield High School. Trelawney, Bounty Hall Health Center, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Warsop Health Center, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Clarendon, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Denby Primary School, Bustamante High School, Frankfield Health Center, and Kellets High School. St. James, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Type 5 Health Center, Sandals Inn, Catherine Hall Health Center, Mount Carey Health Center, and Salter Hill Baptist Church. St. Catherine, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Portmore Heart Academy, Eltham High School, Dinthill High School, Old Harbour High School, Jose Marti High School, Guys Hill High School, and St. Jago High School. Hanover, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Green Island Health Center, Ramble Health Center, Sandy Bay Health Center, and Lucy Health Center. Kingston and St. Andrew National Arena, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mona Aging and Wellness Center, UHWI, Merle Grove High School, St. George's College, and Jamaica College. St. Thomas, Yallis Health Center, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Westmoreland, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Manning School, Negril Health Center, Savannah Lamar Health Center, Grange Hill High School, New Hope Primary School. St. Elizabeth, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Bellevue Health Center, Magothy Health Center, Newmarket Health Center, and Junction Health Center, as well as the Springfield Health Center. Persons should take their vaccination card, school ID, child's birth certificate, a government-issued identification, or letter from a justice of the peace to the sites. Let's get vaccinated and get back to life.
Tune in every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. to midday for your legal corner with Dahlia Walker Huntington during Power Talk on Power 106 FM. You can call our numbers 876-922-4112-5. The text and WhatsApp line is 876-279-8598. You can also send an email at yourlegalcorner106@gmail.com. Join Your Legal Corner for all matters in relation to immigration to the United States. Here, Dahlia offer great legal advice on your immigration queries and concerns. Learn about the filing process, when to file, and how to prepare for the move. That's Your Legal Corner, 11:30 to midday, every Thursday, right here on Power 106 FM. Dr. Jackie is on call Wednesday evenings at 8 with Powering Your Health. September is Prostate Cancer Month, and this Wednesday, September 15, we'll discuss the basics on prostate cancer and the impact it has on the immune system. Also, tune in for the exciting Healthy Conversation with Dr. Jackie Campbell as she speaks about ways on how to deal with worry. Powering Your Health is brought to you by 6 West Medical, 6 West Street, Old Harbor, St. Catherine, PA Benjamin, a trusted name for over a century, National Health Fund, your partner for healthy living, Jamaica Plumbing Supplies Limited, Let's Save Water, Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town, Benson Pharmacy, 11 Main Street, A2, Old Harbor, and Daisy Health Technology, monitoring health to blossom. That's Powering Your Health this Wednesday, September 15 at 8 p.m. only on Power 106 FM.
In the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. There's a battle out for the time you're a
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:21. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 4:21. 现在几点了？4点21分。21 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? If not, now is a good time. Good afternoon to all the schoolers listening to us, all the students from the early childhood level to the secondary level. Trust you had a productive day of learning today. Hope you also managed to get in some physical activity, just as important as mental activity. As we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Just to, on the subject raised by Black River, the 6 people arrested after 160 million pounds of cocaine was seized from a Jamaican flagged yacht. So in Jamaica, we have what is called open registry. We operate an open registry in Jamaica, which means vessels from anywhere in the world can register under the Jamaican flag, but for a fee, of course. And we seem to make a fair amount of money from doing that. But so we operate an open registry here in Jamaica. So vessels from anywhere in the world can register under the Jamaican flag. That is, of course, that is in contrast to a closed registry, i.e. the United States of America, where only U.S.-owned vessels can operate under America's flag. But we're told that there is intense competition among the open registries of the world, Jamaica being one of those. And it is still profitable for Jamaica to remain in the competition because ships are continuously changing owners. So that's the first thing, Crocs in Black River. This is a Jamaican flagged yacht, meaning that yacht is registered under the Jamaican flag for a fee. Now, with respect to the 6 people arrested after the 160 million pound cocaine seizure, one of them is a British national and 5 Nicaraguan men. So a British national and 5 Nicaraguan men were aboard this luxury Jamaican flagged yacht Now it remains to be seen when the investigations are through as to whether there is any connection other than the vessel being registered under a Jamaican flag. Other than that, whether there is any other connection directly or indirectly between the owner of that yacht. Oops, let me see here. Yeah, between the owner of that yacht and yeah, well, let's see what comes out of that, because the story mentions that the yacht itself is called Kahu, Kahu, Kahu. That's the vessel, the vessel name, Kahu, Kahu. It was sailing, the report says, from the Caribbean. That's according to the British media reports. So, Crocs, let's keep our ears to the ground and see if sorry, just getting confirmation, sadly, of someone passing. And yeah, we've conveyed condolences so many times over the last 19 months. Oh boy. We're going to come back to that perhaps after the break, because we need to send a message to the person. In the meantime, let's go to the phone lines once again. 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
How are you today again, sir?
I am giving thanks for life, and you?
I'm okay, sir. Giving God thanks as well.
Good.
Let me take this opportunity to say hello to two people, our person. One, Miss May Williams.
Two people is fine, but you can go ahead.
Miss May Williams in Smithville and Environment.
Yes, indeed. Good. I join you in conveying greetings to Miss May Williams.
Yes, and also Mr. Winston Williams from Cross, who is a powerful radio disc jockey back in the days.
The conscious one in Kingston. They call me Winston. Morning, everybody. The whip with the solid kick.
Exactly so. Thirdly, sir.
Yes.
You know, I've been moving around, and I'm wondering if this scrap metal business is still in stock.
I've been meaning to check on it. I've been seeing vehicles transporting scrap metal. That hasn't stopped. So that should be an indication that it is still on. What is unfortunate is the raiding of the resources of the telecoms companies, getting the copper.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Other from that, sir, are within that mean.
Yes.
When I check by Marasco Road or by the Water Commission property there,
yes,
there are so much tons of unused metal which I don't think those, even if you scrub them off, can use again. Tons up there. Rust.
Yes, they've been lying there forever.
All right. And when I check somewhere in St. Mary, I think it's Richmond, where there's a part there where they dump some police vehicle there from I don't know when. Those vehicles was in Jamaica from the 70s and coming down in the 80s.
Well, that's another thing. A lot of our police stations are overwhelmed with vehicles.
So if it's a legitimate business, why those companies cannot join in and ship and make some of that money come in here and buy one item, sir?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because, you know, when you check in public service, a lot of stuff is there as well. And guess what I don't like with the public service company servicing to our commuters in Jamaica, sir? If I meet a place on a premises and say the occupants don't occupy that place for 2 months or 3 months, the bill that comes there is like it's 1.5 times when they were using it.
Yes.
And
Sorry. One moment, please. One moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
It's riveting, thought-provoking, and interesting. It's the morning agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays 7:15 to 9 a.m. Join Jody and Quarry on Mondays and Tuesdays and Sanjay Lewis on Wednesdays and Thursdays, while they alternate on Fridays as they set your agenda and break down the issues and keep you informed on what matters to you most. It's the morning agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays 7:15 to 9 a.m. only on Power 106 FM.
Dr. Jackie is on call Wednesday evenings at 8 with Powering Your Health. September is Prostate Cancer Month, and this Wednesday, September 15, we'll discuss the basics on prostate cancer and the impact it has on the immune system. Also, tune in for the exciting Healthy Conversation with Dr. Jackie Campbell as she speaks about ways on how to deal with worry. Powering Your Health is brought to you by 6 West Medical, 6 West Street, Old Harbor, St. Catherine, P.A. Benjamin, a trusted name for over a century, National Health Fund, your partner for healthy living, Jamaica Plumbing Supplies Limited, Let's Save Water, Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town, Benson Pharmacy, 11 Main Street, A2, Old Harbor, and Daisy Health Technology, monitoring health to blossom. That's Powering Your Health this Wednesday, September 15 at 8 p.m. only on Power 106 FM.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 28. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 28. 现在地点了5点下28分. 28 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Thanks for holding.
Yes, sir, Malcolm.
Yes.
And if you make a report, for example, if you take the bill to the pay office, they will tell you that you have to pay. Now, if you try to relate to them that nobody was occupying the premises at the time it was locked, they say you have to pay. Now, if you happen to come to Kingston and go to the main office, they tell you to go back to the area where the meter has been read. You don't get any redress. And I mean, that is unfair to the public. Very much unfair here, so Malcolm. Because don't tell me that you give the gas station man $2,000 to put 2,000 gas in your vehicle. And when you go inside the vehicle and turn on, you see quarter tank, and you would be justified. So, you know, the need to really pay more attention to the general public, especially, Sir Malcolm, in these hard and ridiculous times.
No, you're right. We continue to grapple with issues in relation to our telecoms companies or utility companies in general. They're
not fair. They're not fair. You know, and as I listen to other callers who talk, you know, on various issues. Education, yes, is a foundation, so Malcolm. But guess what? Some people get the privilege. They are being educated just to keep down the middle class and the poorer class. They just pressure them, and it's just the money is the range. You know? And I will tell you this. You see, a person like you, sir, with many others, I don't know, your pay is the pay from what your mother has prayed for you. You won't get any reward on this side of the coin. But continue to do what you are doing.
Oh, that's quite insightful of you.
Don't stop.
Based on what you've said. Yes, indeed. Indeed.
If it was the money, a lot of you wouldn't be in Jamaica. Because you have qualified more than many people on this globe. But guess what? Your humbleness and your dedication make the world go on. Have a blessed evening, sir.
You
Dervan
too.
Malcolm.
You too.
To all our students and listeners.
Thank you. All the best. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dervan.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Nice hearing you. First time calling.
Pleasure to have you on board.
Yeah, I've been listening to your program and I like the way you operate your program. You will not get everybody to love you because the truth hurts. But you continue doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay? One thing I want to say, I can understand this bus fare that you raise. There's a certain here. It's taking 30%.
Oh, have 30% instead of, was it 15?
15, instead of 15%. And I need them to visit this year.
Is the transport authority in your area? Do they have an office in your area?
Yes, they have one in Donut Freeport.
Because you perhaps would need to report it to them so they can act. All you need is to take down the registration plate of whichever operator is doing that, and share the information. In fact, don't they have a WhatsApp? I think they have a WhatsApp that you can send the information, even send a picture as well.
Okay, it's nearly 3/4 of this taxi is doing it. And if you talk, sometimes the passenger them curse you to themselves. So this year. Yeah, I'm planning to forward, but I just want to make it known. This is in my
Yes, that's not that's dishonest. Yeah, that's dishonest. Because they're taking what hasn't been granted. Yes, we know they'll argue that they haven't had an increase for how many years now, etc. And they have families too, without a doubt. But we still have to operate within the confines of the law. And if the law says it's a 15% increase, then you can't be taking 30.
Yes.
That's
people want to give them the 5%. You say, okay, then you give them $20.
Right, without a doubt.
And sometimes we may not have it sometimes. But 30%, that's not nice.
Yeah.
No. And so Dervan, I wonder why you see these, you know what I'm looking to, they have some advertisements on the radio. I wonder why the government allows it. Where they're giving this number that people must call them. I figure that these are the kind of things causing these young people to be like that,
Which numbers to call? For what?
Like, some people come up on the road and say they must get them and can make them, then live good, then get to married, and they probably will be okay, and then just give them a number and then come and go to them. I figure that these are the things causing these young people to be like that, because when I go to those people, God knows what they do.
So those are the ads on TV?
Yes, on both radio and TV.
Oh, I didn't realize they're on radio as well.
I figure that the government should step in and stop those. I don't believe that those things should be on TV.
Well, obviously they're not. Those advertisements are not in breach of any laws in Jamaica. That's why they're still there. I mean, people can protest from the standpoint of it being in poor taste, which is a question of aesthetics. And it would then be left up to the particular media house. But if a media house is getting hundreds of thousands of dollars to air these these ads, and it's not against the law, then they're going to continue to rake in money from it. What?
Yes. What I'm thinking of, Mr. Dervan, I
Yes.
figure that these are the things causing some of these young men to be that wicked.
Well, how? What? Give us
Because you
some.
see, when they go to those people, sometimes these are the things they carry out their heart. They may give them what they're not supposed to, may drink in the blood and all those kind of things. If we look into this thing, it is a serious thing. Trust me.
Yeah, but all of that is speculation. It's another thing to point a finger in an accusatory way.
I understand, but I just looking through those things because they're like giving out their address and just pick this phone up.
Yeah, one can understand we're searching for answers because there are so many things that have happened and are happening in this country, which we are hoping that we can find some way of explaining. Why does this happen? Why do people do this? Why don't they do that, etc.? We will always be pondering, but to come to a conclusion that one thing causes the other, remember that we have to have evidence. One thing following another is not necessarily an indication that one caused the other. So I could clap my hands in the studio now, and the lights could go out.
Yeah.
Now it's not necessarily an indication that it's because I clapped my hands that the lights went out. It could be that the JPS has a great sense of timing. So the moment I did that, there was a power cut at that time. So
one more thing, Mr. Dervan.
Yes.
I wonder why the government cannot do something about this killing, because they're afraid to do something.
Sorry, hold on a moment. Your phone. I'm not sure if it's because it's on, I don't know, is it on speaker? Are you a distance away from the phone? Because we're hearing more ambience than anything else. Your environment.
No, I'm not so far from the phone. Are you hearing me now?
That's much better now, yes.
Yes, I take it off speaker.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what I want to understand, what I was saying again. That slipped me. What I was saying to you before you cut in.
I wasn't hearing you that clearly. That's the problem now.
Yeah, one thing I want to say, with growing up children, you see, people must always decide in their mind before they start have kids what they are going to do. Because I know I grow some children, right? Some child. And let me tell you, I grow them without my father. And Mr. Dervan, my children have never heard me cuss one bad word yet, Mr. Dervan. And it's hard. And they have never seen another man come through this door. And I try to grow them the best as I could be. They never stop from school. Whenever I take in a job, I say to them that I have three children, girls. And we both go out in the morning and we both come out. And if when school over and they cannot come to my job and wait for me, I will not accept the job. And I would say to that person, you respect me and I respect you. And those are the two things I lay down. And I grow them until they turn big woman now, and I don't have a problem with them. I grow in this community and it is a dangerous community. And I have never get a complaint about them. I have never have nobody never meet yet. And I thank God for it. So I wonder how people grow their children. You have to decide what you are hope to with your kids. You understand me?
Yes.
Because sometimes when I look, you don't know the mother different from the children, and the mother just alike. Man, something will have to done to these parents. You understand me?
Well, they'll
it
tell
is
you.
a shame.
Yes.
You understand me? That's all I have to say, man. We need to know that Jamaica is a very nice place, and I can't understand why we let it get out of hand. We are the person who damaging Jamaica. Because Jamaica is a good place. It's the people that inside here doing these things. And one thing I want to tell these people, take the vaccine. Take the vaccine and stop hearing these kind of things. Because what I understand, I want to say to
We're going to another break. Would you like to leave it there or are you going to hold?
I will hold.
One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45. Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new host who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the positive. And there's no telling who that it's naming. For the loser now will be later to win. For the times they are a-changing. Come senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall. For he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. There's a battle outside and it's raging. It'll soon shake you.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5:13. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:13. Tiens, TDN 5:13 13 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned in to both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Thanks for holding. Hello? Maybe she got tired of holding. Sorry about that. Let's go to Richie. Oh, we have another one? Sorry about that, Richie Nibar. We're going to the calls in the order in which they came in. Sorry about that. Hang on a moment, please. Richie Nibar is on the WhatsApp line, same as the text line, 876-365-3346. But first, let's go to another phone call. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm just making an observation. After 9 prime ministers, and some serve more than one term, it seemed like, some problems seem to get worse instead of getting better. I just want to know what is the reason. Because all the persons that serve us from Parliament and from the agencies are all educated people. So who is really leading the charge? Is it people on the ground?
Well, ideally, the people are sufficiently socialized people would be aware, would have a level of awareness when it comes on to their role as citizens and the power they have as citizens and how to hold their leaders accountable and all of these wonderful things. But what has happened in our situation over time is that I think we've had about 30 odd third parties in Jamaica. I read that somewhere some time ago. Of all of the parties that have come about, political parties, two remain constant. And over time, based on how the history has unfolded in Jamaica, one set of people determined that this is my party, and this is the party I will forever be a part of. And the same thing happens for another party. And so what tends to happen is that our vision becomes cloudy or clouded by our almost cultic attraction and general tendency towards one. So therefore, we don't get necessarily frank, open discussions or positions that say, no, this thing is wrong. As Bob Marley would say, I don't care who the guy is. If it is wrong, it is wrong. But unfortunately, what we do, if it's my party that is looking bad, then I find ways to excuse my party and to try and go around and to do all the spinning that is possible, etc. And vice versa.
Based on what you said, it appears that party comes first.
Yes.
So what we are short of is that cohesiveness and long-term planning.
Mm-hmm. Mind you, they will point you to the administration and the political directorate in general will point you to Vision 2030, which they'll tell you all the stakeholders and the two major political parties have signed off on that vision to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. That is supposed to be the vision, the mission of the time.
Because what happened, I observed that even this pandemic, it has exposed so much.
Oh yes, or it has exposed our nakedness.
Yeah, our nakedness. You know, because what they try to present, like this pandemic is eroding the health sector. We know that we have already broken health sector. You know.
Yeah.
So it's just an added burden.
I'm shocked, I'm amazed that we still, up to this point, how many years has it been? And we can't fix Cornwall Regional Hospital after how many years and millions of dollars, and we still can't, even if it's even to tell us what the problem is in a definitive way, the place remains unfixed.
What we continue to have, is either party, the cabinet seem to take apart that how much money I can dump and a problem, that the other one didn't do,
So that you can then be able to say, we have spent the most money ever spent in this area and on that thing and so on. Yeah.
So what happened? Look at Cornwall. More than one occasion, they start and go again and start. And at the end of the day, I heard the minister saying that there is no skill set in Jamaica to deal with an hospital. We can do other construction, but so they have to outsource it. Why they couldn't know that from the beginning?
Yes. That's like, I think Tony Leng, the late Tony Leng, shared a joke with me some years ago that some consultant from overseas, something to do with the banana. There's something about banana, the banana plant. He concluded that something about the leaves. I don't remember, but the point is they had this money, they spent this money for this consultant, and the consultant didn't have a clue about bananas and the growing of bananas. So it's ridiculous that we would like to think that we have professionals in Jamaica who are apolitical, who can, just like how a doctor is supposed to operate, just tell you the truth of what's happening or not happening with you.
Yeah.
It shouldn't need to take all of this, and even after all of that money and heavyweight, this committee or commission or group of people who were assigned to the Cornwall Regional, and nothing to this point of significance that we can say, hey, at least we have fixed this problem, or at least we know what the problem is, or millions of dollars later. That's crazy.
Look at crime and violence.
That's another area. The government will tell you that they have spent, is it 40 billion? Something like $40 billion.
At this moment, it's the heavy spending ever.
Yes.
You know,
for the tools, for crime fighting tools and camera systems. We have a Jamaica Eye system that is up with cameras at strategic locations, etc.
I expected when the disaster risk management came into play that it would have, used one stone to kill multiple birds. I expected that the crime and murder would make a dip because less movements, island-wide curfew, and I checked say even the carnage on the road would reduce because people were spending less, but both went up.
Tragically.
I hear from the people in charge, whether it's the Prime Minister, the Commissioner, National Security, or the Chief of the Army, is that tougher measures and new legislation.
Yeah.
Are we going in a cycle?
Yeah, I think we're all suffering from fatigue in so many ways.
It seems like our parliamentarians need, you have to see to them that they are in the best health, A psychological evaluation, a psychiatric evaluation, and a sociological evaluation for them,
Yes. It's a state of flux.
Yeah, and not just them.
No. It's not limited to them at all.
No, the security force need that annually also because they continue fighting. So if the armor is the only tool we have, every problem you see, it can appear to be a nail,
If it's even an ant. Yeah, we have to leave it there. We're almost out of time. News time. Nice talking with you. Please call again.
Yeah, give thanks.
All right, take care. And we're going to have to apologize to Rich in Ebar. Sorry about that, Rich in Ebar, because we won't be able to take his call. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Tuesday, the 14th of September, 2021. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on. Nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changing. The line it is wrong, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly aging, and the first one now will later be last, for the times they are a-changing.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible.
Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's News at 5.
Good afternoon. I am Deidran Gordon. Coming up in the